After completing this video, you will be able to create tables using HTML on a web page. Tables are a great way to organize and represent the data using rows and columns on a web page. It makes the content readable and easy to understand for every user. Let's say your semester results are out and your college has handed you a report card in which your individual subject marks are given in a paragraph. Or you want to calculate your monthly expenses and savings, so you start jotting them down in your diary. Don't you think that instead of all this text and paragraph in both the cases, simple tables like these would have worked better, as they would make the information clearer and easy to understand and read? So in HTML, we have few tags that help us create these tables in no time to represent important information or to represent numeric data. Let's say we want to create this table using HTML, in which we have defined the name of the student and the marks the student has secured in various subjects. To create a table in HTML, we use the table tag. Now inside this table tag, we will add more tags that will help us to add information in rows and columns. Now each row starts with the tr tag, and inside each row we have data for each column, which is represented by the td tag. So here in the first row, we have 3 columns. So we will enter the data of these columns, that is student, arts, sports, inside the td tag. Now we will close this row using the closing tr tag, as there is no more data in this row. In our table we have 3 rows. So using a similar approach, we will add the data for the remaining rows like this. If you notice, in the table the headings are in bold. To do this, we can replace the td tags here with the th tag, which means table headings. Th tag simply means td along with the bold tag. Note that the td or th tag is important to create a cell. We cannot directly use bold or strong HTML tag without the td tag. So to summarize, tr stands for table row, td stands for table data, and th stands for table heading. Now don't you think it would have been great if we can somehow add a border in our table like this? This will make the data more readable and distinct. Well, worry not. The table has an attribute named border, using which we can set the width of the border in pixels around the table and around each cell. Don't worry about the term pixel. We will cover this in detail in the next module. So in our code, we will add a border attribute and enter its value as 1. There you go. Please note that by default, the value of the border is set to 0. Therefore, the borders are not visible. Now, still, this is not the best representation of a table. You can see some extra spacing in each cell. If we want, we can remove this extra spacing by using another attribute, cell spacing. It specifies the space between two cells, vertically or horizontally in pixels. By default, the value of cell spacing is 1, and if we change it to 0 like this, you can see now there is no spacing in each cell. The table tag has one more attribute named cell padding. It specifies the space between the cell wall and the cell content in pixels. By default, it is also set to 1. If we increase the cell padding, we can set it to any number. For now, let's set it to 5 and see the output. Next, the table tag has height and width attributes, using which we can define the height and width of the table in pixels respectively. So, for understanding purposes, let us define the value of width and height as 400 and 200 pixels respectively. Here, you can see the noticeable change in the width and height of the table. Lastly, we have colspan and rowspan attributes. These attributes are used to span more than one column or row respectively. The only difference is that these attributes are not defined inside the table tag. They are used within the td tag. Let's see how we can use them. Suppose in this table, I want to add another row in the text. Both the students have passed the exam like this. To do this, I will add the colspan attribute like this by defining a new row and will assign the value as 3, followed by the text that I want to add like this. 3 means that the single cell will span across 3 cells. This looks like 3 columns are merged together. Using a similar approach, row span is also used. I would now like you to give a try on your own and see what happens. If you're not able to execute, don't worry. You can find the link below the video for its code. So that's it in this video. Hope now you have understood and will be able to create a table on your own. In the next video, we will see how we can create forms using HTML on a web page.